cheers and enjoy the beers. Yes, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world, and welcome once again to the channel with me, Disco, coming at you with another set of live beer reviews from in front of the cans and bottles here on the bar. I'm still nightly calling the Disco Arms, and it's all gone bonkers. That's not worked, is it? Oh no. You think I'd know what I was doing by setting up by now, wouldn't you? Well, it's slightly better. What can you do? Yes. Good evening. Anyway, another set of live beer reviews coming at you from me, Disco. Thanks for popping in. Even if indeed you are or have after the event, do let me know what you are drinking, what you are on, and what you think about these beers. As always, Henry, good evening to you. We're in Hawks Music. Henry 420, thank you very much indeed. Cheers. We'll get onto that in just a moment. Phenomenal selection. Yes. Just beers I want to drink. Really, I like the theme. Just these things amuse me. I like putting things together. So I reckoned I had 3 beers in there with vaguely Sky at Night type theme. I thought about it the other day when we had a really big supermoon, and I thought, I might even think about contemplating doing one outside, maybe in the cold. Keep the beers chilled. Because it was an absolutely fabulous moon just over there. It would have looked a great backdrop. But then tonight it got a bit warmer and started raining. So, yeah, that wasn't happening. It's not yours, kiddie. Sorry. But you're in with a Stella. Fair play as always. And for everyone else, as always, I really like to remind you, don't forget to touch the like, tickle, or smash the like and subscribe button down there free of charge. Helps the channel apparently, but what mostly helps is everybody popping in telling me what they're drinking, what kind of week you had. I had a great week, even though it's only Tuesday. So I called it. Sorry, the cat's being a dickhead again, aren't you, kids? She's having zoomies. Hey, on the cushion. Daft cat. Right, yeah, so let's move straight into beer number 1, please. And do you know what? As soon as I've beer number 1, please. You know what? As soon as I hit the record on it, live stream button, my nose goes. I can't breathe. Never mind. We'll sort that out in a second. Let's get this first beer into a glass. It's from a brewery that featured a couple of times before. They are called Anomaly. They're down to the sort of southeast, towards Surrey, part of London, Epsom, I believe. This one is called Fallen Sky. So let's hope this one works out. It's the third one I've done in their set of 4. Haven't got the Anomaly glass again. I forgot about the Anomaly glass. Never mind. I'm not going to jump out and get it now. This is the second time I forgot the Anomaly glass. Anyway, so this is a 6% hazy IPA. And Anomaly's usual style of kind of black and white, no frills, colours wise on the artwork, but definitely this one I think is even one of their original ones, so there's not even any artwork on this compared to the other ones that we see. And I think I may well have really messed that up. Excuse me. Yeah, so I'm going to step off camera, get that picture up fairly quick. Get into the London glass. It's a London-ish beer compared to the other 2, which are much further north. Ish. Ish. Oh, yeah, there we go. So, nice little bit of head development. It's dissipated fairly quickly. There you go. But it looks nice and juicy, hazy kind of pale ale. Just the thing. 4. a cold night in January. But as you know, it never really stops me. We'll do that again so I can actually read that on the label because there is a bit there. Before I knock it back down there. It's not a good start tonight. It's not gone well so far, but the beer hopefully should be decent. So let's get the rest of that in a glass. Kitty, hello, darling. Come say hello. I just come to be annoyed, or I won't just sit down and have you on the lap. So much better head there now. A bit of reinvigoration. Nice bubbly head. Nice kind of pineapple juice rather than orange juice. That kind of lovely yellow colour. I have to cook some KFC style chicken fillets and chips. Don't cook the salad. Nice. Add shepherd's pie. Right, so yeah, Anomaly. They call it hazy. Actually, see, they got hazy pale ale. I put hazy IPA because of the ABV. But let's change that because it does say hazy pale. Bush this out in a bit of a rush again, as always. Trying to do too many things today. But yeah, 6% hazy pale ale. Let's get into it before it dissipates even further. Cheers. Let's have a little sniff first. It's got all the right nose of an IPA. There's a little hoppy note in there, but definitely some fruitiness. A little bit of, I think, pineapple. Yeah, cheers. Hello. What? She's looking straight up at me. She look. Yeah, a nose of hoppiness. A good hoppiness is that kind of brewery kind of aroma, that kind of spent hop note you get when you open the fermenter for the first time after transfer. Yeah, a little bit of fruit salad, a bit of fruit salad going on, to be fair, since we're talking about salad just now. So that I can't really sitting on my lap, and it looks very dodgy because I'm giving a little ear rub. She loves a little chin rub, but it looks very dodgy, so I've got to stop doing that. Anyway, cheers and enjoy the beers. Yeah, pretty solid that. There's a little bit of fizz there, a little bit of sparkle. There's a slight citrus edge to it. It's not quite piffy or grapefruit, anything like that. Really pleased to see that, obviously, with the pineapple shining through, I think. It feels like there could be a little bit of peach and mango too there, something definitely nice and tropical. It's definitely got that, it's definitely something a bit north of medium body. There's definitely a good thickness there, a good haziness. Not quite pillowy softness with that head dissipating. And that softness doesn't fully come through in the body. But definitely some nice fruit flavors. I much prefer the kind of tropical hops. Feels like there could be a bit of Mochraker. Again, as always, I've not looked. There is probably Citra. Let's have a look. What we got from the off? It's like it reminds me of pineapple upside down cake a little bit. There's a little bit of kind of not quite pastry, but definitely a little bit of kind of cakiness. Fallen Sky Pale Ale, smooth, golden, and lightly hopped. Hazy pale ale, notes of mango and pineapple, and perfectly balanced with sweet malt. It doesn't say what he's hopped it with. Not there anyway. February 26th, picked up before Christmas. Anomaly white label editions are crafted in small batches, offering exclusive releases that are as unique and imaginative as they are rare. Each edition explores our flavors and creative twists, going beyond the boundaries of our core range. If a white label release comes a crowd favorite, it could earn a permanent spot in our core collection. We invite you to shape our journey by sharing your feedback and letting us know what you love most. More than happy to do that. That's why we do the live stream beer reviews like this. Not that necessarily any of the breweries are going to be watching in and inquiring, but as soon as it's offered, you know what I mean? That's what I do. And to be fair, Anomaly was quite good. With the pumpkin beer, at least, had a brief conversation about it. This one, yeah, really nice pineapple, really nice kind of fruity note. I do want a little bit more there on the softness. I want probably an extra half a bag of oats or something like that. I don't know. Does it say oats in there? No. Just says wheat and barley. Yeah. I often recommend the use of oats to get that nice soft pillow kind of almost oat milk. It gives a little bit extra on the pastriness as well. But without the oats, probably like a decent wheat quota to get that kind of softness up. But yeah, really. Hello. But yeah, really nice, super juicy. Would be great in the summer, but I drink them all year round. It's just like stouts aren't for this time of year. Slightly odd lineup. I don't quite know why I've gone how I've gone, but I'm always going to start on the pale. You'll be upset in a minute, Kitty. I won't look at the Anomaly website because we have done before, and there's probably not a lot left on there at the moment, unless they've got something new. Like I say, Anomaly. Anomaly Brewing. Yeah, down the other side of Kingston towards Egham kind of way. Yeah, haven't got any beers left, so they've done well with this lot. Hopefully they're brewing again and get some more stuff in soon, because all the beers I've had from them have been spot on. Really small brewery, from what I've been told. I haven't seen it, but yeah, some excellent beer and like kind of one-man band in a kind of outbuilding at the back of the house, but big enough to get in some commercial brews. Say the gift box we got before Christmas. Solid. You've got to get some more beers on the website on the go by the looks of it. There you are, Jamie. Happy New Year to you. Hope you're having a good one so far. It's been a bit of a kind of weird start here. First live stream in the new year yesterday. Still a bit of content on the Instagram. And kind of going on pretty much the same as the old year, really. I was trying to bang up some reviews I missed last month on the old Instagram, and I realised I've got like 3 or 4 days worth to do, so I've banked them up tomorrow. And I might actually get them filled out at some point tomorrow and Thursday. But in the meantime, I did briefly consider changing the lives, doing something else, changing the name of the channel, and then I thought, you know what, I just haven't got the time. And then December and then the festive period went pretty damn quickly. Fair play to you, Dry Jan. I'm dead against it, but I'm not against it for anybody else. Everyone's got their reasons, etc. I probably should as I said earlier, I got far too much beer in that I didn't get around to drinking in December, so I've got to drink it this month. And yet, idiot that I am, I bought more beer last week that arrived this afternoon, albeit only a small order, not 5 beers from Wales. I will go and show you them in a minute because, yeah, I'll have to move the cat to do it. I forgot to bring the box out. But yeah, got more beers in and contemplating another order for next week. So yeah, dry January doesn't really figure in my plans. I don't really want to leave a lot of the beers I've got. I say last week I was doing the disco beers in Disco Day series. Meant to do that in December, so that's rolled over to this month. I've got the bonus edition of that, a Turning Point ones to do hopefully this weekend. Weekend after that, I've got the cider edition of Disco Day. So yeah, I can't really do dry January, especially working at a brewery as well. So got to get through a bunch of beers on the bar to get the next ones on as well. So I have all way too much over Christmas. I was on it every day before Christmas. Yeah, fair play. I mean, that's kind of what it's for, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? It's like celebrate however, but yeah, I kind of did the normal amount really, and still ran out of time. Didn't have time to do it. It's just, you know what I mean, a couple of lives a week gets through 6 beers. By the time I put another order in, it's another 6 beers in the stash, so it never goes down. I'm not complaining, by the way. That is not a complaint. That's just facts of the way it is. At the Disco Arms, always drinking a beer and always getting more in. I'm gonna have a sort out at some point and just decide what I can just drink and not have to bother reviewing either stuff that's slightly past best before or not like. It's probably a lot that's not commercially available because it's like not like this one, but a lot of breweries will just punt out beers ad infinitum really, and some stick, I suppose, if they're really really good, they end up being core range, like he just said on the can there. But generally, they come and go. Why not? But indeed, why? But you know, ultimately at the end of the day, why not? Why not? So I guess that means, Jamie, not having a beer tonight, or have you gone down the low and no alcohol route? I was hoping to get a January related no alcohol beer review out tomorrow, and once again, suddenly got halfway through and oh, this isn't as what I want it. Like, you know what I mean? I had to change it and re-edit it, and now I've just run out of time, so that might go until next week. Got an idea. Might do it in 2 parts because I can't decide which of the half hour to cut out. So I might just do 2 parts of 10-15 minutes because I don't think anybody wants to listen to me waffling on for half an hour, even though here you are listening to me waffling on for half an hour on a live. But videos are quite different. Or I might just get fed up and just put it all out as it is, warts and all, as a kind of recorded live. I don't know, but it's about 0% as well. I think there's some valid points there. So if you are to enjoy January, it could be worth a look. Just on the coffee, fair play, fair play. No, I'm not on the coffee tonight because it's not in any of the beers. That's anywhere I drink coffee at this time of night. It's in my beer. But yeah, apart from that, I hope everything's going well. The cat is on my lap, attempting to go to sleep. She's going to be very disappointed in a minute. Yes, sounds a good, nice, smashable, tropical, fruity kind of fruit salad of a pale ale. I'm not going to knock it back because it's a little bit too cold coming out my stash. Everything's cold on the outside of the house. Oh, hang on a minute. What's going on there? Oh no, I thought everything was about to fall down the middle. It was a little bit of a flash. Yeah. Cheers, man. Have a good one. So I did do dry January the once. Got all the way through January. Me and mate had a little bit of a bet. It wasn't even really a bet. I don't think there was any money on it or anything. It was just to see if we could. I think it's because everybody in the pub said we couldn't, so we was like just stubbornly determined to not drink. down the pub, and we didn't drink anywhere else as far as I know. I didn't anyway. And yeah, it was a bit weird driving to the pub on a Friday and Saturday night, and everybody going, "What are you drinking? What are you drinking here, like?" You know. And yeah, it was very difficult doing a Friday and Saturday night not drinking. But then we was, going out every weekend, and so it'd been a bit weird not to go out. But we fun enough. We had a laugh. I don't quite my internet is playing up. Yeah. Oh, the snow. Yeah, I had that a little bit earlier on with a bit of wind. Supposedly a storm coming. She's not going to make going to work on Thursday very nice if it hits over here. I don't think going to work tomorrow is going to be very nice, but there you go. Got to be done. I've got no other thing for this theme. That's one thing I was talking about, mood changing, like the lives and that. It's to do so a bit more interactive and a bit more based around the theme. But you are limited on YouTube to like play other content really. It's like limited on StreamYard, so I can't play other video. Well, I can play my own videos, but yeah, it's really difficult to especially with the internet being a bit dodgy. Well, I see. I was watching in Scotland the news reports when they get the old snowplows out with the trains and that, trying to get through to the far frozen north. But yeah, I bet Yorkshire is pretty bad. Got a Yorkshire beer coming up next. Nice Yorkshire bitter. Kitty, that's really uncomfortable, darling. Damn cat. She's cute, so she gets away with it. Bear with a sec.
Sound and jazz, it's like a funky potion.
Sorry about that. Brief interlude with music not sponsored by Henry 420. We're in Hawks Music. Someone that goes over the introduction. I haven't got any other break videos, so I'll just play that as a break music. Anyway. Yeah, so a really good start. Nice fruit salad kind of beer. Pineapple, a little bit of mango. There's a little bit of later on. There's a little bit more kind of fruit juice, kind of squash, slight note, only very slight on the back end, but yeah, generally pretty good with the pineapple up front. Slices of mango going in there as well. Some other tropicality, not really much on the citrus, but a little bit of possibly lemon. But yeah, a jolly good solid start from Anomaly Brewing. Anomaly, I can't say that. I always have problems. Anomaly. Cheers. I only had one beer. Well, there we go. Just as Kitty decides to go to sleep uncomfortably on my lap, bless her, she's going to get really disappointed as we go on to beer number 2, please. And beer number 2, as I said before, is from Yorkshire. It's our beloved Turning Point. I forgot to put the t-shirt back. Oh no, there it is, the pink t-shirt, Turning Point. It is a 4% Yorkshire bitter. Term Yorkshire bitter kind of mostly redundant because it's just a bitter, probably the same as brewed anywhere else apart from Yorkshire water and all that. But you know, Turning Point, want to call it Yorkshire bitter. It's brewed in Yorkshire. Let's get it in a glass and see what, if anything. I've been shaking that about a bit. It's got a bit fizzy. I can't remember how long this has been sitting in my stash. This might be a bit of an overpour. Yeah. Oh dear, so good fun, isn't it? Oh dear. That's before July 2025. I didn't even think to look at that. I thought I'd got it in most more recently, but there you go. Steve Hayder's Happy New Year to you. I hope you're having a good one so far. As far as it's, we're a week in and 2 live streams. Top of the line, say welcome back. Thanks for popping in. Happy New Year to you. I hope you're having a good start to the new year. Happy January. And same to you, Paul from PA Brew News. Have a great new year. This is the second live stream of the new year, and it's not going well, I've got to say. This one, yeah, as good as Turning Point. The beer will be fine. It's just a little overcarb that's sat in my stash. I can't remember when I got it in, to be fair. Heading home to drink down a few of my home-brewed smoked doppelbocks. Nice. Yeah, that smoked lager yesterday really hit the notes. Cornish smoked lager via France. Very strange. I did work with the 2 beers that come behind it as well. So, yeah, nice. I guess, you know, this kind of weather, something nice and smoky, something nice and dark is the way to go, isn't it? Yeah, I'm only doing this lineup because I've got some beers that have vaguely sky-related names. Sky at Night, Fallen Sky. And then see, I was going to do some other content around it. But I'm just going to be drinking the beers now. This one's going to take a while, though. I'm going to sit it there until it kind of dissipates a little bit. But yeah, a Yorkshire bitter at 4%. I think I'd probably, 3.44% is a kind of good sessionable bitter, but so is 4.5, 5. I prefer it a bit stronger. But who am I to say? If I put it there, just let me know when it dissipates. We can sit and watch it dissipate, can't we? That's how bad the stream's going today. You'd think I know what I was doing by now. Choose a beer that isn't about to go all over the place. But then, there's, like I said earlier, a lot of my beers have been sitting in the stash there. I've got too many to do dry January, so I've just got to get through them. And it's part of the thing, isn't it? Being a peer review, being on YouTube, doing lives, shit happens. Sometimes it doesn't go as well. It's leveling up a bit there now. It looks darker on screen, but back here it's definitely kind of goldeny, kind of bitter. A fair amount of clarity to it as well. You can see through it. There you go. We will get there. I've got to get up and do the photo. Say I'm about. I put 12 photos up to go up on. Scheduled to go up tomorrow. I think I've got another half dozen plus these 6 from yesterday and today for this year, but I'll do that Monday and Tuesday. So I'm just going to bash them up on Instagram, and then I'll get around to doing the actual write-up at some point. Just, I don't know, I'm a bit picky like that. I like to go in a kind of certain order. I would have liked to have got them in last week, and I missed my target on that. But there you go. If anybody's got any tips of how not to keep missing my target, well, welcome back, Kenny. How you doing? I just missed the idiotist of idiot pause on a beer. I probably should have checked. I thought I got it in at the back end of last year, along with the disco beers. I could well be wrong on that because, so it's got July best before date, and now it's going to take far too long to scroll all the way through YouTube. I can't remember the last time I got a turning point order in. Like I said, I knew it was around about September for the disco beers. A set of 4 disco beers that they get in around about the same time every year. No, it wasn't. It was something else on it. Yeah, so that has sat in my stash a little bit too long. Yeah, it was way before the summer. Ain't going to find it now. We'll get there. Now, normally, I can fill when this happens. I just waffle on about something or I have something else to talk about. But yeah, it's not going that well. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do this. We'll move everything up. I've got to move the cat anyway. She's going to hate me for it. But, kitty, sorry, darling. Sit there. Sit. Good girl. Stay. No, stay. Hey, you're married now, aren't you? Well, kind of effectively, so don't blame me. I always be careful not to make that joke, but yeah, what can you do? So I like to do an unboxing, and whilst I wait for that head to dissipate, I'll just go through what we got in today. Let me know if you've heard of any of these breweries. I had to dig deep into darkest mid Wales for this one. A brewery called Misfit Brew in Caerphilly, but I saw on a random YouTube, Instagram post, they had a beer called Supersonic Devil Disco, 5% pale ale. So of course I had to get a little order out for that one, didn't I? So whilst I was doing that, and I found it at a place, a brewery called Weird Dad. And This was the only one they actually had of their own beers available called White Wellies. It's kind of funny. I'm sure that's a farmer reference because you see a lot of farmers with white wellies like sheep dip and stuff like that. 4.8% IPA. So yeah, I have heard of Weird Dad. The first time I've got anything from them. Never heard of Misfit. So it's the first time I've got anything in from them. And whilst I was on the website, I was looking around at some other random stuff. I do like getting in beers and breweries that nobody else possibly have ever heard of, and I haven't heard of because there's 2,500 breweries in the UK or something approaching that anyway. So I like to find the unusual ones. This one, definitely never heard of it. It's a brewery called Neighbourhood Brew. Apparently they're out in Stockport, so I wonder if Mr. B's heard of them. I have to have a chat. Bramble Backroom Brewery, he's out that way. So that's their City Lights 4.5% pale ale. Oh yeah, got another one from Misfit. This is Astro Zombie IPA. Look at me buying IPAs and pale ales in the middle of January. What am I doing? So of course I had to balance that out. Just casually pick up 12%. No, 13.8%. Scoundrel. Says we're talking about smoky beers here. A smoked imperial stout. One of I think a rare from Emperor's Brewing up in Nottinghamshire, where they've done their own beer rather than any kind of collab. They're generally often about collabing, but they've done their own beer. I guess they do it at Bang the Elephant up in Nottingham. So yeah, that's my little kind of my little mini haul from deepest darkest Wales. See, not heard of these breweries that much before. Obviously, Emperors. But yeah, looking forward to reviewing them at some point. I don't know when I'm going to do that one. I think I might. Well, I do. Like, I say I had 5 disco beers last weekend and it started again. So I don't think I want to wait for another 5 unless suddenly a load come. So I might just wait until I get 3 and just do it as a little mini series rather than waiting and waiting and waiting. Yeah, session strength. Basically, Emperor's Brewery. Pretty much all they do is high ABV. Mostly imperial stouts. To be fair, it's just the brewer, like a little one-man band, just loves his imperial stouts and somehow commercially manages to make it possible. I think mostly by going around and collab brewing at other breweries in order to get that distribution, etc. But yes, one from his own. I think it's a set of 3. This one, all around about the 11, 12, 13%. Hence a 330 can, which I'm fine with. I don't know where or when I'm going to get into it, but I imagine I've got plenty of time for that one. Number 7 on the bottom. I don't know if that's can number 7. It says 21st of the 7th, 25. I'm assuming that was when it was canned rather than the best before. I would think at 30%. I've got a few years for that one. Like I say, I have got other Emperor stuff in at that high ABV, and I'm sure they're much longer on the dates. But yeah, some interesting stuff from Wales there. Not exactly well packaged. All got a bit bashed up. Still, I'm not going to complain. It's a kind of small firm. So I guess they had little choice but to use the likes of Every because they're cheap. But I don't think they give that much of a toss about parcels. It's not a particularly well packaged parcel either. All the cans are on the outer with a little bit of package in the middle, which didn't really protect the cans. But that's just me moaning on, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to go and get a spoon for this beer because it's taking far too long to disappear. She didn't like that. Dashed to the door as soon as I got out of the kitchen. You can just about see that. Yeah, get rid of all that froth. Normally, I would just drink through that froth. But hey ho. Let's do the photo anyway. Should get the colour on it. So now, steady, stay. Oh dear. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Right. Where now? Good. 10 minutes that took to get somewhere near drinkability. Gotta love lives, innit? But that's kind of why I never get enough videos out from last week, because things like that go wrong and I get really despondent and want to go and edit stuff and edit out all the bad bits. There are far too many bad bits. But there we go. Into the glass now, like I say, a kind of golden bitter rather than kind of a brown, more best bitter. So let's see what I've got to say about it in a minute, but see if I can get any sniff test. Kind of going towards, there's kind of a maltiness to it, but kind of going towards a bit more pale ale kind of nose on that kind of maltiness. But yeah, it's Turning Point. I love what they do, so it should be absolutely fine for 6 months out of date. Nominal best before date. Cheers, enjoy the beers. Yeah, absolutely fine. As that kind of paler see-through body suggests, it's there's a little bit of thinness to it, but there's definitely that good kind of malty kind of breadiness on the outers to carry it through. Yeah, it's weird if that's what passes for best bitter in Yorkshire. I mean, my first ever pint was a pint of Webster's Yorkshire bitter, and I remember it being thicker, maltier than that. And it was probably around about the same strength, same session strength. But that said, doesn't make it a bad beer. It's a jolly decent, sessionable beer, but it feels a bit more like towards a pale ale, especially an hour session pale ale, especially at that ABV. But yeah, there's a bit of bready maltiness in there. It's got that kind of slight toffee note which goes a little bit copper penny. Doesn't taste metallic though, but it goes kind of that kind of slightly coppery caramel note. So at that session strength, I don't think I would actually drink too many of these. I don't know if I'm being a little unfair because of the best before date, but it's all right. You know, it's something that again. It's weird. Yesterday we was on like -3, and today's a balmy 4 degrees according to laptop temp. Anyway, but yeah, it's really not going well. I haven't got a cold. I just have a permanent blocked up nose, especially when it gets down to this kind of coldness. And my nose blocks up really quickly. So, yeah, kind of sinuses, nasal things generally, which isn't good when you're trying to sniff a beer. But yeah, this is one of those kind of old man social club kind of cheap and cheerful kind of beers, but this one has definitely got a bit of character and a bit of flavour to it. I just wouldn't be popping too many of these in a session, despite that strength. It's just, yeah, I prefer something browner, malty, a bit more about it. But they say, anyway, a traditional northern bitter with a slight honeyed twist. Yeah, no, that's fair. That kind of lighter notes does go towards a bit of honey, maybe, without actually tasting of honey. But there's that kind of slight sweetness to it. The classic herbal qualities of East Kent Goldings, not my favourite, believe it or not. Of East Kent Goldings leaf hops marry well with the hints of lime and peach coming from the more modern British hop Archer. That's interesting. Know very little about Archer hops. I'm not even sure I've heard of Archer hops. Lime and peach. I think that may be the kind of slight coppery note I'm talking about, maybe. Oh, here we go again. Yeah, it's not going well, but thanks for sticking with us, folks. Yeah, let's have another look at that lime and peach. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily have picked it out. Kind of, there's a vague citrus note to it. Would I have picked out lime? No, but I did say about, it would go all right with a bit of lemonade just to bring that citrus up a little bit. Yeah, I guess I could see peach maybe, but it's more, what it's not going to is that kind of earthy kind of IPA note or earthy bittery note that I often get with Fuggles or East Kent Goldings. There's that kind of earthy grapefruit piff background, but here it's more kind of general citrus rather than anything specific. Lime, yeah, I could see that. I think adding a little bit of lemonade to this will kind of shandy nicely. for me. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad beer. I'm not slating Turning Point. I love what they do. It's my fault for leaving it for far too long, but such is the quality of beer. Splash of Lemonade will bring that back in a bit, I think. Hello, another one. How are they doing? Hope you got a beer on. Happy New Year. Welcome along to the channel. Yeah, I'm going to sit and drink it afterwards, I think. Because I'm pushing stubbornly on it. It's not stubbornly on. It's not going terribly well tonight. Between the old schnozzer, the cold, and my beer choices. But there you go. Yeah, I'm going to push on. Because I kind of want to get this one into the glass. It's a bit of a weird one to do at this stage of proceedings, and maybe I should have done it first. And it's a bit of a weird beer anyway. But it is indeed. Beer number 3, please. Instantly, I think, recognizable to your beer fans. Oh, I'm good, thanks. How's you? Yeah, stubbornly persevering getting through these beer reviews because, as I was just saying to Jamie earlier, I got these beers in, so I want to get them into a glass. I want to get them photographed, and I want to get them reviewed. So not much change here on the channel. Do let us know if you've got a beer and you're drinking along, or if you've had any of these beers indeed, especially if you're watching after the event on catch up. Let us know in the comments below. YouTube loves it. So yeah, beer number 3 is from, I think, fairly recognizable Pomona Island, with their slightly crazy beer names and minimalist kind of cans with a little bit of artwork, but it looks good because it's although they've stopped putting, I think, the brewery name or logo on the front of the cans. It's on the back now. But yeah, crazy beer name, often far too long. You got a wine. Fair play, no problem. I know absolutely nothing about wine. Yeah, bright red can, Monkberry Moon Delight. I don't know what a Monkberry is, even if there is such a thing. But then it goes on to say it's a raspberry and Sabro. And, a raspberry and Sabro sour IPA. That's one beer style that I just very rarely get on with. Either it's an IPA or it's sour. I mean, it's fair enough if people it's fair enough mixing styles. You know, I've seen sour stouts. I've seen various different combinations. But yeah, sour IPA, I've had one or two, and it's not really floating my boat that much. But I do try them. I got these ones again. I got this one again because I got some Pomona Island in because I got a disco beer last summer from Pomona Island. So I thought I'd put some random ones in. I don't know why I got them direct from Pomona rather than sort of Trembling Madness. I think maybe they weren't available on Trembling Madness. And sometimes I'll just pull the trigger on a disco beer order. It's like wherever I see them first, generally I'll get, unless they've got them at Trembling Madness or somewhere else. Sometimes Trembling Madness will have them 2 or 3 days later. And I could have saved myself 50p and got some other beers. But then sometimes Pomona Island, they did have a few interesting ones and some stouts and that. So, you know, I popped in. Talking of popping in, Mr. Wilson, thanks for popping in. I hope you're having a great Tuesday. And you've got a beer on to beer number 3 here. Henry's busy making Audi KFC style. I thought you was homemaking. I thought you was doing the full Colonel Sanders on your own. But yeah, Audi KFC, no worries. All good. Right, let's get this little can of madness or big can of madness into a glass. Yeah, I've changed the thing. Yeah, so Pomona Island up in Manchester. Monkberry Moon Delight, 6.5% raspberry and a Sabro sour IPA. Now, I was kind of hoping that was going to be the case. Some bright red madness coming out. So I'm guessing plenty of raspberry, probably puree, in the beer. Comes out much darker, I think, there. But yeah, you can see that kind of, and it kind of looks a bit Vault City as well. Do that madness. Do the it says the Mr. Wilson points out the can balance. ready for the photo, ready so I can put it on Instagram. It'll be next week now. Who am I kidding? It won't be tomorrow. Said I've got a dozen beer review pictures going out on Instagram tomorrow, already scheduled, and then I'll do the write up again at some point. When I get around to it tomorrow evening, put it in a Coles glass, my favourite shape of glass, as all the beers have been tonight. Reminds me once again of that kind of not quite strawberry mivvy. There was another ice lolly back in the day used to get from ice cream vans. It was kind of it was like a strawberry mivvy but without the milk quota. You're going to shine that light on there. That's better. That's much better with that red. A little bit of light on there. Great head development, and it stayed as well. There with. As always, talk amongst yourselves. Talk about Henry's a KFC tonight whilst I fiddle around over here. Oh, nose has gone again. As soon as I said about the head development on that one, it's kind of dissipated. But yeah, lovely looking can, lovely looking beer in there. Yeah, I need to get the lighting set up sorted. I refuse point blank to get one of those ring lights. It's bad enough with the laptop screen reflecting in the old gig lamps here, but it really annoys me when you see people with ring lights, and I don't mind if people have ring lights, fine, but you get this weird kind of round shape on beer glasses. I know I've got that here with the laptop screen, so I put it down there a little bit like that, just because of the way I do it, because I use a webcam rather than like a mobile or whatever. So if you use a mobile and have a ring light, it just reflects in the glasses, and all you get is these silly round, you can't see the pupils. I have to make sure I lean forward like that. So you see me leaning a little bit, crouching in. But yeah, I need to get some kind of maybe a rig up the top there, but that would be difficult with this ceiling. But yeah, that's another thing. Something I need to. I need some disco lights. There's my disco lights up there. I haven't got them on today, and even if I do put them on, you can't really see them. Yeah, I don't think we need the sparkles, to be fair. Yeah, absolutely nothing to do with disco lights or music, but a lot of breweries do put disco on cans because it's just an easy piece of artwork. The homemade chips, well, it's a lot of work, isn't it? That's a good point. I think reminds me of snakebite. Yeah, you're not wrong with that colour, and I think Yumi and probably everybody else has had a fair few snake bites in our time. It's definitely a very snake bitey colour, but not cider and a blackcurrant flavoured raspberry. And I guess with the Sabro hops in there, just some points out here. Raspberry and coconut sour. Yeah, this is the thing. It's like it's gone IPA strength, but I don't know why they need to add IPA. If it's going to be sour, it's just a sour. Like I say, the Sabro hops probably will go towards coconut, but as I always say, coconut is one of the two flavours that I just never pick up in beers. The other one being vanilla. Just some LED would work behind you, so it doesn't. But yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's something I need to get onto. I've got a load of tech to buy. I was hoping to do that this week in the sales. I don't use Amazon, so I can't buy stuff like that. I have to go and find somewhere else, but I will. Yeah. I remember you reviewing some, Henry, the old solar panel ones, but I don't use Temu either, so I have to find some. I did look on other websites. I just run out of time. I get so vexed shopping because there's so many options and possibilities. I don't want to get the wrong one. I ended up getting nothing at all. But yeah, I will sort that out. Trust. The colour drink reminds me of exactly. Yeah, no, it reminds me of a snake bite. I totally get that. Old school. I had a few of those in clubs back in the day. Don't worry. I had a few snake bites. My mate used to work in a club where they sold snake bites, and he used to tell the stories of cleaning up just solid blocks of purple from the toilet walls. Yeah, that's a nice anecdote, isn't it? No, that's fair. No, I totally agree about the lights. I need something like that. I'm just a bit of a technophobe. Yeah, much safer talking about beers and snake bites. Right, let's have a little quick shifty. My nose is blocked up in the cold, so let's see if I can get any raspberry. I won't get coconut. Oh yeah. So yeah, nothing like snake bite, but tell you what it reminds me of. It reminds me of that raspberry flavored Lucasade energy drink, which I used to be a fan of. I had more than one or two of those playing football on a Sunday, but not for a while. No, that's a lie. I had one last week because I just, for old time's sake. So yeah, raspberry energy drink going in. It doesn't smell particularly sour, just like fruity tartness kind of thing. Yeah, there's probably the best flavour of Lucasade Sport. That's what it was called, Lucasade Sport. But yeah, let's get this down my neck and just see how much raspberry we get. Won't get any coconut, I wouldn't have thought. But yeah, cheers and enjoy the beers. Whatever mad ass colour they are. Cheers. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know why they needed to put IPA on the descriptor. It's not really an IPA. It's a sour. It's a raspberry coulis. It's a raspberry sorbet. It feels like there might be a little bit of vanilla floating around in there as well. It feels like, somewhere between raspberry sorbet and kind of, it's like a coconut macaroon without the macaroon, with a little bit of raspberry on top. There is no coconut flavour. We're just assuming that from the Sabro. Right, Gloves, how you doing? Good to see you. I know you're doing the 0% at the moment, so nothing particularly strong. Just 6 and 6.5% today. Stronger stuff was wasn't strong yesterday. It was up to 6, but there was 4 of them, so only 3 today. But yeah, I did just showcase a 13% beer from Emperor's. Whether I'll get that out this month in your honour to try and drink for you as well, but I don't know. I did say that I would. Cheers, Prost, etc. Enjoy the beers rhyming. Did I accidentally do a rhyming? Yeah, me too. Yeah, no, yeah, it's very Vault City like. Comes up just under a little bit of Vault City, but by that I mean that kind of that feel in the mouth. I hate using the term mouthfeel, but yeah, it's a certain amount of voluptuousness, a certain amount of big pulpy fruitiness, a really nice raspberry. I will always prefer sweet drinks. I always prefer sweet raspberry. A lot of beers will go kind of tart or sour raspberry naturally, underripe raspberries. I prefer the sweetness of raspberries. Raspberries is one of my favourite fruit. Kind of underrated. And not kind of, they're not kind of the mainstream. If you tier fruit, they're kind of slightly under strawberry, and a lot of people don't like strawberry either. But yeah, a really nice crushable summer drink. Not like the other two. Well, I certainly like the first one. Not entirely appropriate for a cold Tuesday evening in January. Should wait for a nice sunny Saturday, albeit in January, like we had at the weekend. It was weird the other day, snowing, but perfectly sunny. Fair, yeah. Yeah, raspberry for me all the way. I do like strawberries, but raspberry tops it. Raspberry, blackberry, bit of random apricot, uh, boysenberry. Don't see that in this country anymore very often. But yeah, blackberry, raspberry, boysenberry is a combination of blackberry and raspberry. All the berries, really, to be fair. Uh, well, it's not messed up. It's just winter, and it happens, doesn't it? And then it warmed up a bit today, so it only rained. That's just how weather works. Um, oh, really? Raspberry sour is always a win for me. Yeah, this one, I'm pleased that this one isn't too sour. I like the sweeter side of raspberry, so very, very crushable. I'm gonna struggle to finish that bitter Yorkshire bitter afterwards because this is a bit of a. It's definitely a dessert sour. Um, Beer of the night for me with that kind of Vault City esque kind of crushability and kind of sorbet like consistency. I still feel there's a bit of vanilla in there just to kind of balance out that sweetness a little bit. Just have a little look. Very difficult to read red cans, so they've gone a kind of weird mint green, which is right. Anyway, this is funny. Now that Catsko has gone out, catch up, cats and kittens. Don't get left behind. A raspberry sour IPA with a wisp of cryo Sabro. It's a Monkberry Moon Delight. Fruited sour IPA, sour structured, fruity with a dry finish. I don't think there is. I often get that with Sabro hops, that kind of slightly drying note. I don't get that here at all. It's kind of, yeah, fruity, slightly tart, but a lot of sweetness. I would be expecting to see a bit of vanilla, maybe. Can't actually see. Pour carefully. Me. Says list of allergens. Barley, oats, wheat, but no actual ingredients. I suppose it needs to be ingredients, really. It's just going to be, yeah, Sabro and raspberry in it. Yeah, so no vanilla. Would definitely benefit from a bit of vanilla and a bit of oats. I'll have an oaty sourdough, give it that kind of voluptuousness in the mouthfeel. But there we go. No, it's not really bitter. It's nicely balanced. It's definitely got a punchy raspberry flavour. It's got a slight amount of tartness rather than out and out sour. No bitterness at all. It's all fruit and slight tartness. Yeah, most of it's tart. Yeah. Same with the berries. But no, this one's really nice. I won't necessarily go as far as beer of the year, but it is very, very drinkable, and I'd easily have another one. I haven't got another one, but it feels a bit like a pastry sour. It's got that kind of slight tart. You're seeing the difference between tart fruit and a raspberry tart. It's got that slight pastry kind of almondy kind of note to it. Definitely challenges Vault City. So I don't think they need to put the IPA on there because there's no hoppiness to it, particularly. That might just be me. Like I say, I don't get Sabro here at all because I don't get any kind of coconutty dryness, which is good because I don't really enjoy that coconutty dryness from Sabro. Although the one or two I've had have been okay. But yeah, no, fantastic is exactly it. It's just really nice. It's one of those that's so different. It's kind of not a beer anymore. It is because it's got all the main ingredients and it's fermented on yeast, but it takes it in that different direction with that fruit content. Opposite to say the first one, that was pineapple and mango, without any pineapple and mango in it. But there was a definite hop content to that. This one, yeah, it's just superbly drinkable, almost an energy drink. Some great flavours. Dangerous if you can take well, yeah, dangerously good. I tell you what, you can't really taste is the 6.5%. Doesn't feel strong because of all that juiciness. Um, and you get that with some of the Vault City ones as well. It's just just dangerously drinkable. Sharky, how you doing, sir? Welcome back, welcome along. Happy New Year. Second stream of the year. It's going all right. Well, it is now. Now everybody else is in. I was going terrible at the first. The first two beers were, I was all over the place at the start of the stream. Didn't even get the beginning bit right. But apart from that, yeah, fine. But this beer's this beer's lovely. I'm just going to call it a raspberry sour. I'm going to call it what it is. It's not an IPA. I don't know how much hops they've chucked at it because it tell you the hop bill, but really, really nice dessert beer. I put it in third because I had a sneaking suspicion it was all going to be about the fruitiness. I normally put them in front, and then I find even a fruity IPA to be difficult after that because you've still got that sour note. This is like a dessert beer, so it's like comes up at the end of the stream, the end of the set, and I'm really pleased with it. I normally prefer to finish on something dark, a stout or porter or something like that, but this is a great end to a set of three because I just really like the beer. Superb balance. You sometimes get sours that are a little bit out of balance with the kind of sourness, but this one is superbly balanced against that fruitiness, against the sweetness. Bear with. Still knows. And yet, I was going to say, can't be a good sour. And there's a lot of sours. I keep trying them. I'm not always over enamored with sours because you get that kind of mouth puckering, lip smacking, a little bit too sour. I think breweries sometimes are very tempted to go, let's go all out on the sour. Let's not only go all out on the sour, but have a really tart fruit in it as well. So I don't mind a fruit sour. It's all right. And this one is really, for me anyway, really nicely balanced with that fruit and that kind of slight pastry kind of dessert note. It shows you can't leave alone. Yeah, I keep going back to it. So it's from Pomona Island, who are up in Manchester. Got a great web shop. I don't think because I got this one in the summer. What's the date on it? Oh no, it's okay. Still in date. Best before 24th of the 3rd, 26. And I still forget that it's the year 2026. But as we know, as I said before, these dates are nominal at best. It doesn't suddenly go manky or out or off. And it's a sour, so it's an off beer anyway, because it's got a sour is, from essentially bacteria that makes it sour. This is why I struggle with sour beers quite a lot because they're essentially off. Anyway, it's meant to be like that. But yeah, Pomona Island. Where are we? Yeah, Pomona Island. Pretty decent web shop. I can't really be looking at those big bottles there. Look, 30 quid a bottle for an Imperial Stout. One of those was Andy's beer of the year. If only I could do it again or something. Which I'd like to try, but that was a couple of years old. But yeah, they don't only do these big beers. Where's the Karen's gone? Oh, here we go. So they do normal beers as well. Yeah, so big, bright, bold colours generally. Even the darkest. Oh, praline stout. Hello. This one. I'm sure I've had that before. Who was that? Oh no, that was Elusive that did one. A Tankfly, Boss Walk Jam, Nitty Gritty. Another sour double IPA with raspberry, red currant, and black currant. Not a fan of black currant. Red currant, hit or miss. Shablam, Shablam. What's see mental names? Really unhashtaggable. But a raspberry and cherry ghost. Fine with that. They actually call it what it is. Whereas that sour double IPA, no need, just call it a sour. I mean, call it a double sour, an imperial sour, maybe. I don't know, but there you go. And then they've just got a smoothie sour. So that'll have lots of, I guess, oats and vanilla and stuff in it. Oh, yeah, they do the eighth birthday stuff. Ton of fruit puree. Doesn't say what the puree is. Oh, here we go. Packed with mango, guava, passion fruit, and peach. So that'll be pretty much like this. With a big beer. See, rhubarb and raspberry sour. Papaya, pineapple, and mango sour. Raspberry and elderberry sour. I have to look away from brewery websites like this because I could just spend too much money and never get round to drinking it. They are going heavy on the sours. Blueberry, strawberry, elderberry, blackcurrant sour, mango, guava, passion fruit, and apple sour. Mango, guava, and passion fruit sour. Isn't that the same? Only with apple. Weird. I have got one of those in what seems to be your boggle. Imperial chocolate, cinnamon, and vanilla stout. They do some big stouts as well. Yeah, so this one no longer on that website. You may or may not see a few knocking around, but if you like a sour, you've got plenty of choices on that website. I could spend a lot of money there and possibly not enjoy them so much as I do this one. Yeah. When they're too tart, too sour, there's a bit of acidity going on. Especially the naturally more bitter fruits. Yeah, sometimes. No way. You work in a city called Pomona. He was on an island. So Pomona Island is a small piece of land bound by, I think, 3 different canal junctions in Manchester, basically under next to an industrial estate under a bunch of railway arches. It's kind of a heavily packed city. But you actually work in a city called Pomona. I'm going to look that up. That's mad. What volume are those bottles? Yeah, I didn't dare look at them because, like, I'm going to have to pass on buying them. So there's 750 bottles. If only what? Imperial Stout hot sauce. What? Barrel aged Imperial Stout. This one has been resting in a 3-year hot sauce cask. Why would you store hot sauce in a cask? A touch of warmth from the hot sauce, but through apricot, mango, and lime from the habanero chilies, layered complex. 11%. Yeah, so they're all 750 bottles. Mostly around, I think, 10%. That one looks great. Manhattan Sour Wild Cherry Ale aged in sweet vermouth and rye. Oh no, hang on. They're smaller. They're 375s. I just assumed they were all 750. 870 for a 375ml bottle, but because of all that barrel aging going on, Yeah, so I think there's a mixture. I thought these ones are 750s. Yeah, these are 750s. The way they've done the photographs, they look like. No, I suppose they just look further away. Weird. I'm going to have a look at this one. I missed it going past. Wild Saison Plum Oolong. Oolong's a tea, isn't it? I think. Oolong's Japanese tea. Whole Kentish plums underwent carbonic maceration before being blended with the dry, funky ale. Yeah. A cold sleep of oolong tea brings a mellow tannin and light tastiness. I do like tea and tree-based tanniny bitterness rather than out-and-out bitterness. Sriracha Ace. Nobody's used Sriracha Ace in this country for about 10 years, surely. See, turns 10, look. Yuzu. Traditional. I used to like Sriracha Ace, but I can't remember why. I want to try it. See, that's a 750 as well. So it's only 6%. Interesting. Yeah, lots of stuff going on. Pomona Island. I can see why it's some people's favourite breweries, to be fair. No, you're welcome. I will chat about beer all afternoon. What? Robocop referenced beer. I missed that one. I can get a beer called Pomona Queen and Amber Lager. Okay, cool. From Pomona. Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah. No, I'd like chatting about that, Well, Jay, how you doing? Happy New Year to you. Thanks for popping in. I hope you're having a great start to 2026. I'm just drinking more beer. As I know, you are as well over there in the US of A. Yeah. I sort of struggle. They're a kind of bottle share price, aren't they? So yeah. So Chase Hop is a thing of the past. Yeah, I don't know. I'd buy that for $1. One of the I see. I knew it was a film reference, but I don't get film references. Yeah, I'd buy that for $1. I didn't realize it was Robocop. Fair play. At least you're pronouncing Pomona correctly. We got a lot of people say as Pomona. Oh, I see. Yeah, Pomona. It could be Pomona. Pomona. I'm going to be difficult. I'll call it Pomona. Yeah, Pomona Island, a little place in Manchester. Well, there we go. Yeah, it's going to be very difficult to go back to that Yorkshire beer now from this. Very much over the other side of the Pennines with this. A little bit of bitterness in there on the back end now. That block nose sucks. You tried a nasal spray. Yeah, I got one of those. Just not on stream. Mostly because it's peppermint, and I don't want to be smelling peppermint in beers. Yeah, it only happens when I go live. So later on, as soon as I stop the live, my nose will instantly clear up. It's just an absolute mystery. I've got no idea but I've got one of those to stick up my nose later. Yeah, sorry if it comes across as a little bit sniffy. Will any lemonade be harmed by this? Really, there will be no lemonade in this beer whatsoever. But I will probably shandy this Yorkshire bitter because it's a little bit lively, being 5 months out of date. My bad. And it's got that kind of slight coppery note with a little bit of lime. So it'll be perfectly fine. It'd just be really difficult to drink after this. Fridge it for breakfast. Well, yeah, that could work for breakfast, actually. Absolutely could work for breakfast. Yeah, no, it is. Just it always comes up at the most inconvenient of times. Your nose is embarrassed and shy. Maybe it's crying tears. No, don't be silly. She's never trying to help you. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'll take all suggestions. And sound, solid reasoning. Until then, I'll just carry on drinking the beer and hope nobody minds. It's been a great ending of the stream. It was a little bit ropey at the beginning. I'm going to have to go back and edit a few bits, I think. I can absolutely smash that. So I tend to do 3 and only 3 because it'll take me too long to decide what to do another one. I know I did 4 yesterday, but they were 2 little cans. So, back to work for me tomorrow. I know everybody else did yesterday, nominally, but yeah, back to work for me tomorrow. I think we're rebrewing a core Pilsner. Although we might not be because we haven't got one of the ingredients for it, but so I don't know what we're going to do. So yeah, brewing tomorrow, which is not going to be fun in this cold weather. Fortunately, we don't do particularly early starts. So double brew, I think, Wednesday and Thursday. And then I think I've got Friday and or Saturday off. So one of those days will be the Disco Day Extra. Will be the Turning Point Disco Beers. I can't remember what they're called now. One's called Disco Frisco. I guess that's an American IPA variant. And then there's, I can't remember what the other 2 are, to be honest. There'll be a little bit of Disco King, like there. And then, yeah, I'll do that on Instagram and I'll probably video it. I might get the video out of that one earlier. And then I think the following week will be Disco Day Cider Edition, where I've got 3 disco ciders in. Oh yeah, she's outside at the moment. she was in earlier, and then she's dashed out because I won't sit still. She can't sit on my lap and go to sleep. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for popping in. Yeah, no, it should be all right. It's too warm. I think it's just gonna be rainy, so it'll be a wet cycling rather than a good one. Yeah, Trizzle, thank you very much indeed. And if you haven't already, please click the like and subscribe buttons. And if you're watching after the event, click like, subscribe, drop a little message, let me know what you was drinking whilst you watch this. This has been a Tuesday tipple called the Sky at Night because all the beers have had some kind of reference to sky. This one has got the moon in it and is absolutely delightful raspberry and Sabro sour. No hint of the Sabro, just a raspberry sour. I'm not even going to use the IPA they put on it, but yeah, great lacing on the grass. A really lovely finish to 3 beers. I've got one to finish off after that. So yeah, cheers. Happy damn Tuesday. See you next time. I might get a live out Thursday, but I'm not sure. I haven't really sorted out yet. Have a great week, and if I don't see you before, I might do a Sunday live. If not, probably be Monday Club next Monday, and then Tuesday Tipple again. Cheers, and have a good one. And as always, enjoy the beers. Now bear with me whilst I find the outro, because it's buried down here somewhere in the video file. There it is. Night all.